All right, let's talk about something that's probably all too familiar. You've spent hours, maybe even days, hunting for the right version of a data file. Or, even worse, you accidentally overwrite a colleague's hard work. Yeah, that kind of chaos is what enterprise data can feel like. Well, today we're diving into a tool that's built to bring some serious order to all of that, the Oracle Cloud Semantic Modeler.
Okay, so let's really get into it. Just look at this. On the left, you've got the old way, and I'm sure this sounds familiar. Hey, who has the latest master data file? Or, you just overwrote my changes. That's the world of passing around these huge single repository files. You know, the old RPDs for anyone who's been in the Oracle space. But look over on the right. That's where we're headed. We're talking one-click deployment, real version control, and actual team collaboration. It's a whole different ballgame.
So, let's just sit with that old way for a second, because it was a huge pain point, right? It was this constant source of friction. You'd have these brilliant developers, but they were all stuck in their own little silos, literally afraid to commit their changes because they might break something someone else was working on. And then, just getting a model out the door. You had to generate these clunky, error-prone files and manually upload them. I mean, it just slowed everything to a crawl.
But what if you could just get rid of all of that, all that friction? Well, that's where the Oracle Cloud Semantic Modeler comes in. This thing is a totally modern, browser-based tool that lives right inside the Oracle Analytics Cloud. And let me be clear, this isn't just some new coat of paint. Nope. It's a complete, from-the-ground-up rethinking of how data models should be built and managed in today's world.
So what's the big idea here? What is a semantic model really? Well, think of it like a universal translator. It sits between the super technical, messy world of database tables and weird column names and the business. It takes all that complexity and translates it into simple, intuitive terms that everyone gets, like customers, products, and revenue. Simple as that.
And it does so much more than just translate. It really becomes the central command center for all your business logic. This is where you set up your security rules, right? It's where you create those consistent, trustworthy metrics. And, most importantly, it hides all that crazy complexity from your business users, so they can just ask questions about the data using the language they already know.
Okay, so how does it actually do all that? How does it organize all that data and logic? Well, the secret is this really elegant, really powerful three-layer blueprint. This structure is absolutely key to building a model that actually works and can grow with your business. It's a really clear flow from raw data all the way to business insight. You start at the bottom with the physical layer. That's what connects to all your raw data sources. Then you move up to the middle, the logical layer. This is where you build in all your business rules and calculations. And finally, right at the top, you've got the presentation layer, which gives your users those clean, simple views they can actually work with. Now that middle one, the logical layer, that's where the real magic happens. It's basically the brain of the whole operation. This is where raw data gets turned into real business concepts. It's where you can mash up data from totally different databases and use awesome features like aggregate navigation, which is just a fancy way of saying it intelligently finds the fastest way to get you an answer.
So having a solid blueprint like that is the foundation, for sure. But what really kicks this thing into high gear are two, well, I'm just going to call them superpowers. And these two features totally change the game for how developers work together. Okay, superpower number one, native Git integration. This right here solves that massive headache we talked about. Multiple developers tripping over each other. With Git, everyone can work in parallel on their own separate branches. So think about it. One person can be adding a new sales metric, another can be fixing a product hierarchy, and they can both merge their changes back in, safely, without breaking anything. And you get a full history of who changed what and when. It's awesome.
I mean, this is a total game changer. It literally drags business intelligence development out of the dark ages and brings it into the modern world of software engineering. We're talking about dozens of developers all working on the same model at the same time, safely. No more stepping on toes.
All right, on to superpower number two. It's called SMML, which stands for Semantic Model Markup Language. And this quote on the screen, it just nails it. This is all about giving developers a much more powerful way to work with their model than just, clicking around in a graphical tool.
So instead of being locked into a GUI, SMML lets you see your entire model as a bunch of simple, human-readable files. We're talking JSON here. And this is an absolute dream for anyone who wants to do automation or make bulk changes. And for version control, it's perfect because you can see exactly what line of code changed.
Okay, So we've got this awesome new architecture. We've got these two superpowers. So what? What's the actual payoff here? How does all this cool tech stuff translate into real value for the business?
1. That's it. That's how many clicks it now takes to deploy your model. All that old-school nonsense of generating a file, logging into a server, manually uploading it, poof, gone. And that right there, that seamless process, is the ultimate payoff. It delivers on that promise we saw at the very beginning. You get this fast, reliable, totally integrated workflow that takes your model from a developer's screen and puts it right into the hands of the business, without all those messy, manual steps in the middle.
And really, here's the bottom line. This isn't just about making life easier for developers, though it definitely does that. It's about getting better, more trustworthy insights to the business faster. We're talking quicker development cycles, super reliable versioning with easy rollbacks, and of course, that single source of truth that everyone in the organization can actually trust.
So I'll leave you with this question. Your data is modern. You're dealing with modern business problems. Isn't it time your data model was modern too? Because as things get more complex, the tools we use have to keep up. And the Semantic Modeler, well, it looks like a huge step in the right direction. Thanks so much for tuning in to this explainer.